Hello, and welcome to Mindfulness-Based Self-Care. This is session 13. Today we're going to talk about mindful eating. But before we get started, you're going to need one small item of food for this session. A peanut, a raisin, a potato chip, some small item. So please pause the video and get that item. Sometimes patterns become particularly entrenched in our lives, making change really difficult. As human beings, we are creatures of habit. There's a fear of the unknown. There often keeps us in our automatic ways of relating, dealing with situations, with others, and with ourselves. We don't like change. We're much more comfortable in just doing things the same way we've always done them, dealing with them the same way we've always dealt with them. It's just easier. We get very complacent sometimes. Like an old worn out shoe, our habits may no longer serve us. They may even be causing pain due to lack of arch support. But they're comfortable and known. And we like those familiar things, even if they don't serve our highest and best. Through mindfulness, we can become aware of our habitual patterns. We're able in the present moment to trust our new perception and opt for change if indicated. Mindfulness helps us to be more open. We can look at options easier without that fear. Mindfulness helps us to get past our fear and our judgment. We can often see through our meditations and moment-to-moment awareness why and how we've developed certain behaviors and reactions, and the results of those behaviors and reactions. Since some of our eating is out of habit, out of emotion, or out of stress, these can lead to overeating, eating for comfort, and ultimately to obesity. We eat for many, many reasons. Think about some of the reasons you eat. Some people say, I'm a stress eater. Whenever I'm stressed, I eat. We eat out of boredom. We eat just to socialize. We may not need to eat, but it's a group luncheon, so we have to order something. We eat because Mom said, oh, I made that for you. I knew you were coming, so we feel obligated. So we eat for many, many reasons beyond just nourishing our bodies. Research shows that mindfulness is a wonderful long-term approach to managing your weight. Mindfulness teaches us that we eat to fill our body's need, to nourish our body. As with all mindfulness practices, mindful eating is experienced in the present moment and non-judgmentally. We can experience true patience with ourselves and begin letting go of unhealthy patterns. This is often the most loving kindness we can show toward ourselves. Mindful eating is not going on a diet, but rather developing a special attitude toward food and its function in nurturing your body. Many times we eat meals as if we were in a trance, unaware of the many characteristics of the food that we're eating, the texture, the smell, sometimes even the taste. In our busy lives, food is often wolfed down and you don't taste it at all, or in some cases, we just avoid eating. As we eat mindfully, we allow this process to become conscious through attention and awareness. As we learn to eat mindfully, we bring peace and calm to the eating process. This aids in digestion. Mindful eating is slow so that our satisfaction can catch up with the food ingested. How satisfied are you when you eat? Well, sometimes it just goes unnoticed. We don't recognize the wonderful aspects and all those sensory things associated with eating. Aware of our body's messages, like the I'm full messages. Often this is all that's required to reduce food excess and enhance weight loss. Do you listen to your body? Remember, we talked about the attitude of trust. Trusting your body to tell you what it needs or doesn't need. Mindfulness eating is a meditation that focuses on the food you're eating, how it tastes, how it feels, smells, how it feels on your fork. When it enters your mouth and once chewed well with attention, how it feels entering your digestive system. In this manner, the eating process becomes an in the present moment activity. This present moment focus brings quiet and calm to your mind and body, allowing you to appreciate the food. To take a break from other consuming thoughts for just a few minutes and to aid in digestion. Once again, present moment awareness bringing us quiet and calm. Quiet and calm is healing. Mindful eating is a holistic practice. It targets the mind, the body, feelings, and thoughts. Using the mindful practices learned, you can institute and practice eating addressing these 4 areas. First of all, mind. Where is your attention when you eat? How aware are you of this present moment? Are you attentive to the taste? The texture? You notice the smell of the food? Do you notice some foods even make sounds when you bite down on them? The body. Are you paying attention to your body as you eat? Are you accurately listening to hunger messages or to the I'm full messages? Are you becoming aware of the difference between emotional hunger and physical hunger? Are you really hungry? Does your body really need food? Or are you feeding some emotion? And last, feelings. What feelings are associated with eating? Is there anxiety? Do you feel guilty when you eat? Loneliness, boredom, or is there pleasure associated with eating? Do you cope with emotions by eating? Thoughts. What are your thoughts about food and about yourself regarding food? Are you critical of yourself? Are there good and bad foods and eating behaviors in your thoughts? Remember to be non-judgmental. A thought is just a thought. You are not your thoughts. So again, when you think about eating, we talk about what's going on in your mind. Are you listening to your body? What are your feelings? And what are your thoughts? Now I'd like to do an eating meditation with that little item of food that you went to get. If you would just sit quietly and center yourself, put your feet flat on the floor. And I'll ask you, of course, to keep your eyes open for this meditation, looking downward. Take some slow, deep breaths. And as we go through this meditation, I would like you to focus on yourself, your being, as well as the food. Now, when we focus on the food, I want you to look at that item of food. I want you to smell that item of food. I want you to note how it feels and how it sounds. If the food is an item you picked up with your hand, move it around and see the difference. Feel the difference in different parts of your hand. How does the food feel between your fingers as opposed to the palm of your hand? If you're using a utensil, how does it feel or respond to the knife or the fork? Is it soft? Is it resistant to being picked up with a utensil? Does it make a sound if you do try to pick it up with a fork? Be attentive to all your senses. And watch your hands and arms as they work to try to bring the food up to your mouth. Smile in awe for the miracle of the working muscles and coordination. Think about babes as they struggle and try to learn to bring their hand up to their mouth. Think about so many disease processes that deprive both adults and children of the ability to move their hand up to their mouth. It is a miracle that we are able to do that. Now bring that food up to your mouth. Be aware as you put the food into your mouth. What's happening in your mouth? Increased saliva? Are you smelling it because it's so close to your nose? Move it around and pay attention to the feelings and the textures on the different parts of your tongue. Now are you aware that it's salty, bitter, sweet? When you finally have experienced the taste of the food, prepare to swallow it and be aware of how your tongue and throat cooperate. Follow that bite into the esophagus, the stomach, and give gratitude for the nutrition that this bite is providing to you and your body. Continue to eat mindfully, being aware of the calm, present moment process that is blessing you and keeping you healthy. Now, once you have swallowed that piece of food, I want you to sit for a minute and think about the mind, the body, and the emotional effect of eating. What were you thinking? What were you feeling? And what was your body telling you? Now take a few slow, deep breaths and come back to the room. Several times in this program we've talked about the significance of journaling. One thing that can help you is keeping a food diary. Research shows that writing things is a powerful motivator for change. As you watch your progress, you become accountable to yourself. As you keep track of your process, you also become more aware. Documenting raises your awareness. So consider keeping a food diary. You may also think about mindful gratitude before you eat. You may want to create a method of addressing your meals to show your gratitude. You can, for example, say, "May I receive this food into my body," aware that it sustains life and health. I eat with attention and full appreciation of my connection to all things. I eat only what I require to maintain my body lovingly. Now that's just an example. You can come up with certainly a shorter version, but any form of gratitude. You show your gratitude toward the meal you're about to receive. That gratitude, verbalizing that gratitude, I think will certainly bring you to this moment and bring your attention to the eating process. Now I want to again talk to you about your practices that we have asked you to certainly keep up with. Your informal practices, relaxation breathing, attention to breath, responding mindfully to the bells in your life, focusing on the principles, those attitudes of mindfulness daily, and observing thoughts. Remember, those 9 attitudes are the foundation for mindfulness. Also, wise mind attention. Remember, it's important that we trust ourselves. And by listening to your wise mind, you learn internally to trust. We also talked about loving kindness meditation, the importance of loving yourself and loving yourself first, and being able to plant compassion and love in your own heart. That opens you to send that love and compassion to others. Remember your formal practices of sitting meditation, sitting with thoughts and feelings, your body scans, your yoga meditation, and sitting and breathing with the whole body. Again, thank you, and we'll see you soon.